You know, I wasn't going to write this book, but people keep asking me, how long did it take me to write this book? And the truth is, it took over a decade. Not a decade of sitting at a desk writing, but a decade of living it, a decade of using my voice every single day to increase my visibility, a decade of hosting micro challenges, showing up when nobody knew my name, and figuring out the method that is now inside the pages of this book. And finally, the book was already inside of me. It just took me finally to sitting down long enough to pull it out of my soul. And I didn't do it alone. I work with an amazing book coach, Michaela, and I tag her below. If you know anything about me, I believe in coaching. I don't try to figure anything out the hard way. I invest in coaching to speed up the process. I remember the exact moment Michaela told me that it was time to send the manuscript to formatting. I broke down crying. Not little tears, full out. Couldn't hold it together because at this time it was real. I was finally doing something that I thought was impossible for someone like me. You understand more when you have this book because for a long time, I believed the lies people told me because of my accent, because of my grammar, because of where I came from, that somehow I wasn't good enough. I let these lies shape me for years. But this book was me saying no more. It's not about this book about how I built $1 million portfolio or how I had a six-figure day, even though that's in there. But it was my manifesto. It was my declaration saying, not allowing nobody else to define me but me. This was the book for every woman, especially a woman that's been told she's too much, she's not enough, too different, too anything. To remember she is powerful because of her story, not despite of it. I remember sending Michaela a voicemail, pouring out everything I was feeling. And she said to me, Sherry, you lived the content. You didn't just write it. You lived it. And that hit me deeply in my soul because that's what authenticity is. You living your truth. If there's one thing writing this book taught me is this: freedom requires you to be challenged. You cannot change if you're not willing to be challenged. Challenging your thinking, challenging your approach, challenge in your actions. So if you're ready to change in the next version of you, if you're ready to move higher in another level, I want you to grab the challenge code. Let's walk this transformation together because you're not just buying the book, you're making a declaration. Let's do this together.